Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Entrepreneurial Mindset course. This is a foundational course. This is going to either set you up for success or reset you up for success going forward. We're going to be covering core values here today. Core values are what we establish in order to make sure that when we are operating, because we are the business, that we're operating from a place of clarity and correct mindset so that we know where we're going and we know what each and every day has as an opportunity for intent. Meaning that even if it's a down day, we are intentful that day because we are sticking to our core values. We know if it's an up day, we are intentful for that day, not taking that day for granted because we are sticking with our core values. And in doing so, we are setting ourselves up for success. And the only other variable left will be time, because we are going to be operating in a way that's going to drive us forward towards our goals, and it's only a matter of time before we succeed. So let's go into it. This is a brief overview video and why we want to set this up in the first place. Because an entrepreneurial journey can be challenging. It's probably the hardest thing that there is in terms of a profession. And you've picked and chosen that for a reason, because it's rewarding. And whether you're 100% clear on it or not, you came here into this course, you got here because you have a goal in mind. And it's up to you to clarify that. We will help you do that. But it's up to you to clarify what that goal is, because if you're clear on where you want to go, you can get there. If you have no idea where you want to go and you're just here because, whatever, you heard about it and you thought maybe it'd be cool, I'm going to say that you're still here for a goal. You just haven't clarified it yet. No one takes the risk that you took to get into this room, this virtual room, unless you have a goal in mind. And we're going to set core values here today that are going to help you get to that goal. So we're going to cover 4. This is the way that you achieve success. How can I say that? Because I learned that from very successful people, and I've implemented that into my life, and that has helped me achieve success. And so I want to share that here with you. There's 4 core values that I would like you to adapt into your life, to take these in, to really think upon these, and drive yourself forward using them. And of course, in the subsequent videos after this, we will be going over each one of these core values in detail so you have complete clarity on which each one of them means. Right now, this is just an overview video. So freedom through the work. That's really, really important. Your goal is probably related to freedom. You might not know it yet. You might just say, hey, I know I just wanted this money. Well, money is a means for freedom. Your money, you're not just going to sit with the money in the room. You might be, Donald Duck or something like that. But I think you probably want to spend it on something. And myself personally, I was the same way. I wanted to take vacations with my wife. I wanted to be able to not have to, worry about a bill that was coming in or that I was anticipating to come in. That's freedom. If I don't have to worry about that bill, I have the freedom to operate without that worry. If I go on vacation, obviously that means freedom. That vacation requires money. The money is a means for the freedom. If you want money, think about what you are wanting in terms of the freedom that comes from that. And it requires the work of a day-to-day action to achieve that, in which we will get deeper into in other videos and other courses. But this is to set the mindset that if I want something, it requires the work. That sounds, maybe easy to comprehend, but more difficult to implement in real life. And that's why it's a core value. Next, always be building. Businesses need innovation, constant innovation. Innovation in the products that you offer, innovations in the messaging that you have, innovations in the way that you operate. Not just creating something brand new, but doing something the same in a new way, a better way, right? You're not having to just create a new product. I'm talking about maybe if you took a procedure or a standard operating procedure that you have in your business and improved upon that, you innovated a new way to do something that you were already doing, but now you're doing it better. That is what we mean by always be building yourself personally, improving upon yourself personally, and then on your business as well, because you are the business. If you are not improving yourself, you are not improving your business. Now, obstacles are an opportunity. Failure is part of the equation. A lot of people look at their entrepreneur career. I've been doing this a long time. I've been helping people do this. I used to do this. And then they fail, and they're surprised by it. There's not one thing on this planet that you can do, and especially get paid for or be skillful at, without failure first. And to be honest with you, the people who are paid the most for one thing or another in business or in a sport or anything are likely the people who have failed the most. Michael Jordan probably missed more shots than anybody else, or damn close to it. Tiger Woods probably missed more putts. The billionaire that you have in your mind probably failed more product launches, more ads, more tests and risks than anything else in their line of work than anybody else. And that's why they are who they are. Perfection is not the expectation. Failure is the expectation. But the expectation is you take that failure as an opportunity to learn. That failure, that obstacle, is an opportunity to learn and get better. And then not repeat that failure the next time. And you get better and better. And the more you do that, the more failures you overcome, the more obstacles you overcome, the better you get and more the playing field clears. Because most people won't overcome an obstacle. They will stop. Most people get upset about a failure and they stop. That's why entrepreneurs are only 3% of the population. Because most people can't overcome that failure. But if you can achieve a mindset of looking at a failure as an opportunity to learn, you will be able to get to that goal that you want. And that's the reason that you were here in the first place. And that brings me to my last point. Nothing changes if nothing changes. If you don't take this to heart, you will stay exactly where you are. You didn't achieve really anything. You took a first step, but you're on your way towards achievement. But a lot of people think just buying the course or watching the video is all it takes, and then suddenly magic will happen. You didn't achieve anything quite yet. You will soon if you stick with it and you take more steps, more risks. But right now, you have to realize and be humble enough to realize what got you to this point is not going to get you to where that goal is or where you are when that goal happens. Because otherwise, you would have already achieved it. This is very important for you to take into heart. Nothing changes if nothing changes. If you cannot change yourself, your financial state, your physical state will not change. If you look at this as skill building, the same way you would look at playing a piano, understanding that it's tough to play the piano, understanding I'm going to be bad at it the first time I try it. But every time I do, every time I implement, every time I try to practice, every time I learn and then implement, every time I do it for 30 minutes, an hour, a couple hours a day, over and over and over again, I am stacking wins. And I am changing myself through those wins. And that will get me to where I want to go, which is to change. You want to change who you are, or you wouldn't be listening to me in this video. You are your business. You are either looking to improve your business or start your business, which is why you are here. And in order to do that, you must change. And that's what all this content is going to be geared towards. And that's why we need the core values that I'm speaking about. And look, I am not just preaching to you. These core values are 4 of many of our own personal core values here at Scout. I chose 4 because they relate highly to this business, and I want you to work on the rest. 5, 6, there is no set number of core values, but it probably should be more than 4, and it definitely should be things that you develop yourself, even if that means requiring a tweak or something on ours. But I think 4 of these are critical to success in the business that you have right now, in e-commerce and in general, and life in general, and that's why I wanted to share them with you. They are our own core values that we live on a day-to-day basis, and I'm only asking you to do what I am already doing, not anything else. One of the things that makes us different from everybody else out there is we actually are doing these things on a day-to-day basis, not something we did months ago, right now. And I'm giving you some of the secrets, quote unquote, really just the things that we implement on a day-to-day basis, and I stress on a day-to-day basis. Each and every day. We are doing these every day. And I'm sharing those with you. They're helping us. I know they'll help you too. So that is it for this overview video. Thanks for staying with me. I will see you in the next explainer videos where we'll go in depth on each and every one of these core values. Take care.